What up, guys, and welcome back to another episode with the Z. um, Again, super excited. Today we are going to be doing some modifications that are made specific. All right, made specifically for the new horsepower number that we're going to be reaching, or hopefully reaching. And that is the overflow tank in the Z. So the stock overflow tank in the Z sits literally right behind the driver's side intercooler. It really kind of blocks any type of air flow that kind of comes in. It kind of enables the air to kind of sit in there. It heats up. It also heats up the coolant, and then obviously all the piping that's around that as well too. It's not a major thing to do, but these cars do run hot, so you want to do every little thing that you possibly can to make sure that it runs as cold and as efficient as possible. And this is actually a lot bigger than many people make it out to be. It'll have a very big impact on those IATs and everything along those lines. So I'm going to get the car jacked up. I'm going to take off the wheel. I'm going to take off the fender, the plastic liner, and we'll get going. Let me actually show you real quick. Watch out, buddy. So I've got the Moroso aftermarket, going this way. There you go, aftermarket overflow tank. So one of those stickers actually goes around the bottle. Here's the screws for the bracket that you got going on here. And we're going to screw that into the stock location. It's actually the location where the screws go in, I believe, and we'll see when we get in there, are off to the side. It's just that the stock overflow tank in general is just so big, and I'll show you when I get everything off. So let's jack it up, and we'll go from there. Okay, so everything jacked up, wheels off, and then really what it is it actually, I think we only need to take off this little bottom piece here, but you can see there's bolts that kind of follow through. So these are the top, and this front bumper part are two separate ones, so that should be pretty easy because it should be sitting right behind there. And then it looks like you got those look like little pop screws back there, and that should be it. This actually does wrap underneath, so I'm guessing that there is a bolt or two underneath in the front that we just need to take apart. But yeah, so pretty easy. Let me get that off. If there's anything weird, I'll let you know. Otherwise, we can move on to the next. Also, something else I forgot to mention. So with the intercooler sitting right in front of this, as the air passes through, it kind of bunches up back here. There are, I don't know if you can see or not because I'm not under the car with the camera, but there are stock vents somewhere. Hopefully I'm showing them, that show on the bottom. But for straight air to pass, or for air to pass straight through, I'm thinking about, and I've seen this done by a few guys, I'm thinking about possibly putting in vents. This one, I'm not too sure. I'm not really sold on them. But yeah, thinking about putting in vents to allow the air to literally pass straight through. That's going to actually it's going to help with some brake cooling as well too. But overall, it's really going to help with the the airflow in general. So, which is huge when you're looking to make bigger power numbers. So, but I'll keep you informed. I'll let you know if I end up doing it or not, and if not, I will. I'll find a different solution because I'm not sold on those. So, all right. So look how long that overflow tank, or wide that overflow tank is, and then here's the intercooler piping right here. So the intercooler is literally, you can't really see, but literally right in front of it, and that's what I mean by it's really blocking the airflow. So I'm going to take apart, I think it's just those 3 screws, and then it should kind of pop loose right here. So let me do that without trying to spill too much fluid. Oh, there you go. You can see the intercooler in front of it there. So, and then I am not sure if it is or not yet, but I might do a carbon canister delete as well too. I'm not sure if it is still on this vehicle or not, but I'll find out. If so, I'll have a video for you guys on that as well. So let me mess with this, and if it's anything besides those 3 screws and twisting it out of here, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so what you want to do first is the top part. You want to remove that from the fender well where it's being held in, and then you can pull that out. I am now holding this so I try not to spill it because I'm going to be using that. And then in here, if it focuses, you then can, after undoing all the bolts, you can wedge the tank down so that it comes out of that hole that it's, you know, connected through. And then when you pull it down, I would tilt it before taking off the hose. Where is it? There you go. I don't know if you can see that right there, but before taking off the hose, which goes on there. And now here it is. I have it tilted. I'm reusing this, so I'm trying not to spill it, and I'm now going to pour this into my new overflow tank that I have not set up yet because I'm an idiot, and am going to try not to spill this and keep this. So, but yeah, do it in that order and you're good to go. All right, let's show you where I'm at. So here is the stock coolant line, but I don't want to mount the overflow tank in this area. One, because it doesn't really fit, and two, because again, it's just going to be sitting right behind the intercooler. Although it's a big difference from what it was, it's still right behind it. So I'm going to be mounting it here. I am using the mounting bracket from the intercooler, and have this mounted up. So I'm going to slide it through there. But obviously now the stock hose doesn't fit, so I went and grabbed an adapter. This is a 5/8, 3/8, just kidding, 3/8 adapter. So that will fit nice and snug on there. It will then run to this line that I picked up, which will then run to the adapter here for the overflow tank. So I'm going to run the line now. I am then going to, once everything is ran properly, I'm then going to pour the other coolant into here from the overflow tank, and then bolt it all up, and hopefully it works. So I got some clamps and the adapters, so we're good to go. So, whew. All right, quick update. So I put in the connector, as you can see. Hopefully it should hold up pretty good. Again, that was a 5/8. This coolant line here is a 5/8, and I think that one might be like a 5/16, so it's slightly smaller, but that's a good thing. So nice and tight. Seems to be like a real good connection. I have it running here to the obviously the tank, and then I have this valve open, so that's a breather valve on the top. That's open. To close it, obviously I would turn that valve the other way, and I'm now going to tighten down the brackets, turn the car on, make sure it runs, make sure there's no overheating, anything like that. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit and watch the temps, and if it's good, then we can put on the Moroso sticker. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Almost done. All right, so first question, why is it that every time I work on the Z, it's just a mess? Like, I literally, like, my dogs laugh at me. It's like every toolbox from the tool comes out, or every tool from the toolbox comes out, you know what I'm saying? Unbelievable. But anyway, let me show you what we got going on here. So there's the tank. Like I said, top valve is open so it could breathe to the atmosphere. I have it all bolted in to the one bolt is going into the intercooler, and then another one I have with a zip tie onto the bracket back there. Although I probably don't need to do that, I did it anyway, because the one bolt going into the intercooler is extremely tight and secure, and held it in general. So, but comes down to the fitting. That is 5/8 line, and then I have an adapter running to the stock overflow line, which I believe the stock overflow line is 5/8. So if you want to get the exact one, it is 5/8, right? Yeah, 5/8, I think. Pretty sure. If not, this works perfectly fine. Make sure you get the right adapter so it fits. I turned the car on. Everything seems nice and cold. Seems like it's running normal. So I'm going to bundle everything up. I do want to tell you, so the way I poured the coolant, as you can see, I have about a half a tank of the leftover coolant. So it is obviously different in size, but it will be fine. That's normal. But so I plugged the line, put together the line down here, and before putting it into the bracket, I had the top off and just a funnel, and guessed to put about a fourth of the fluid in there. So fourth of the bottle, so meaning the aftermarket bottle. Can't see because it's black, obviously, but I'm hoping that it seemed like it was about that. So just so you know, these screws right here, that's nothing. That was a different type of bracket that you can get. It came with screws and whatever, so it's not like those are holes or anything. But so that being said, I am going to put the car back together. I don't think I'm gonna do those lures or little vents. I just don't like what I got. So we'll skip out on that for now, at least, and see when it gets closer to that time, see what my tuner and other people say. And then just so you know, so I already, to my surprise, which is nice, one less thing that I have to do, but my carbon canister is already deleted. So it hangs out right around here, and it looks like there's one of the hose lines that it came from up top next to the yellow there. So it looks like they did that already, which is nice because it's not needed, and again, blocks airflow. So, and then lastly, let's see, so you can see, if I can get a good angle, probably not, but you can see the intercooler is all open, and there should be nothing obstructing it now. So yeah, just one step close. So with that, we are done, and I'm gonna take the car for a ride, see how it works. And I really appreciate you guys checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. As I always say, a ton of content to come. And I definitely appreciate any comments that you guys can leave below. I love learning how other people that have this car do it as well. So I'm gonna clean it up in here real quick with some degreaser. And thanks guys, see you in the next one.